Hi, welcome back to HATV. I'm Paul Malkmus.
And I'm Ann Malkmus.
And you know, in part one of the salad box, we showed all the fixings. We had everything out here for the salad box. And we've been busy, and we put it all together into a salad box that's now complete and ready for use.
Isn't it pretty?
Oh, it's gorgeous. I don't know how much you can see of this, but it's just wonderful how we have all the different colors, you know, with the cabbage and the beets and the carrots. It blends a lot of different colors together with your tomatoes and your lettuce, and all the fixings are there.
So doesn't that make you hungry?
It does make me hungry, as a matter of fact.
What can we do besides a gorgeous salad?
Well, you know, as we were making this, we strategically left out some leaves from the bok choy to where we could actually make a wrap out of the bok choy. So we could take and put different vegetables in this, like, you know, even your lettuce. I think I'm going to have me a
bok choy
wrap.
Cool.
And I like to put a little bit of cabbage in here. Okay, there we go. Some cabbage in there with it. And some beets. And you can see how I'm using the same tong, just going through and getting the items that I want for.
Well, you can do that. This is not a buffet.
That's right. It's our own personal.
That's right.
It's our own personal buffet. And I love to have some olives. I love olives. So we'll just stick a couple of olives in there. Those will be like my little surprises down inside my wrap.
Little gifts.
There we go. And now I have a wrap that's all wrapped up.
And if you want to, you can actually make a wonderful almond nut butter sauce that just kind of drizzles on there, unlike a peanut sauce, but it's still got kind of a namu shoya almond, and oh, good, very, very good.
So what's something else we could do with this?
Well, there's water chestnuts there, and I think of stir fry when I think of water chestnuts. So you can take these, and some of these are a little bit small, but for example, those are. But for the most part, the rest of these are at a place where you can actually just put them on a good quality pan with a little bit of heat and a little bit of grapeseed or olive oil, and stir it up and warm it up just a little bit. And when you do that, you can put it over some long grain brown rice, or you can put it over some, gosh, all sorts of different things.
Yeah, but just even by itself is great.
Or put it in a wrap, so you'd have kind of a wrap with the vegetables in it, or one of these wraps, or a whole wheat wrap, or a pita pocket. Oh, there's so many things.
Oh, the possibilities are endless with this. And what's really neat, and one thing we want to point out, is that, you know, when you chop or grate your vegetables, you do it to the coarseness that you like. Like these are rather fine, but if you liked larger chunks in there, you just leave them larger that way for yourself. And just do remember that the finer you chop it, the more likelihood that there's going to be antioxidants that are lost and enzymes that are lost, as well as nutrients. So the thicker we make these, the more nutrients are going to remain in there.
When we slice up the romaine, some people have plastic knives, because when you cut them with a stainless knife, within a few days you'll see rust spots. So the plastic knife tends to avoid that. And then some people prefer to have other types of greens along with their romaine, which is why we happen to have some kale.
We put some kale in here. We sure did. And so we cut this up. But as you were talking about chopping, you could also pull your leaves apart. So you're tearing them so there's not as much damage to the leaf structure that way.
So you won't have that rust.
Right. Now, as we were prepping, we did beets, and a beautiful container of beets, but now we have our beet greens.
That's the beauty.
This is wonderful. And now what are we going to do with these?
Well, we like to juice, and juicing is something we do consistently. So these beet greens are going to contribute, as well as some of the leftover kale, to the juicing that we do on a consistent basis.
And we might throw it in a smoothie too. So we'll put these in our refrigerator, and whichever we do next, either juicing or smoothies, they'll go in there.
Could be either one.
It could be either one. That's correct.
And then don't be afraid to add a little protein from the form of some of the garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas. These you can make them fresh directly from the dried bean, or you can go ahead and you just buy them from a can. Make sure you rinse them if there's any sodium in them, and they will add great variety, a little bit more protein, as well as a different texture.
Now you see the vegetables that we put in here, but you can just let your imagination go where you like it. We didn't put any onions in here, but a container of onions would be good. Broccoli, cauliflower, you name it, even beans, like string beans, any of those types of things would be great, and you can just fill up a container. And you can vary it from week to week. So this might be what we fix this week, and next week it could be a whole completely different thing.
And remember, if you do choose the broccoli or the cauliflower or the onion, you may want to cover them separately. Just have their own little cover on them, because their wonderful fragrance may permeate the rest of the box.
Cucumbers, there's just a number of things that you could put in here. Now we have some salad dressing that we put in our salad box, but we also took and put some Udo's oil in a container, so now it's ready for whenever we make our salad. It's ready to apply right away.
One of the most simple ways of making a salad dressing is to just take some lemon like that, squeeze it over your lettuce salad, and then add a little bit of this important oil. This is rich in omega-3s, so between the two of them and a little fat in your salad does what?
Oh, it helps you to absorb the nutrients better. And so, you know, people use fat-free dressings, and they're actually doing themselves a disservice by using fat-free dressings. We want a little bit of fat with our vegetables, and it'll help us to absorb the nutrients better. It'll help to the absorption of that.
Now, the way to get that extra wonderful fat is through an avocado. Avocados themselves are just extraordinarily delicious. Add them to little chunks of it in your salad, and you'll find incredible flavor to this.
Now, you know, we put some containers like a Sprouts in here that we can just easily open and close back up, but you could just as easily put it in a container here, and if you didn't want to have that container in there.
Tell us what you think about this idea. Give us an email and tell us what your thoughts are on this, and if you have incorporated it, how did that change your life?
The neat thing about this is, you know, I've made a wrap. You can make a salad. You lay this down, and you pull your top out, and you put it in the bottom of your refrigerator, and you're all ready for the next time. And so it just is a convenient way of storing vegetables. Remember, you'll lose a little bit of nutrients, but it's a whole lot better to have this on hand than it is to make a bad choice.
So whether you're going to be able to come home from work every day at 3 o'clock, or whether you have to work overtime and you don't get home until 6 or 7.
Or come home on a lunch break.
This will be here for you every single day.
You want to make a salad?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, show me how it's done.
I can do that. Well, see, I like romaine lettuce.
Yes, you do.
And I like my greens. And then, pretty much everything else.
You know, what's neat about this is one family member may like in this case, cabbage, and another one may not like cabbage. And so it gives them the choice of adding to their salad what they like and what they dislike.
Whoops, jumped right out, didn't it?
There we go.
How fun.
Little extra tomato there running around.
And then what I'll do is I'll take a little spoonful of my little beans, a little spoonful of my little seeds, and a few peas, because I love these little pea pods. They're a blast.
They're neat, aren't they?
Isn't that fun?
And you have a wonderful salad.
I do.
You know, you could make a completely different salad tomorrow than what you made today. Well, we hope this idea has been beneficial for you. The people we've shared it with have loved it and have found following the Howley diet and a healthy lifestyle much easier just by incorporating a salad box in your refrigerator. As Ann said, send us a note, tell us what you think. If you think of ways to improve it, let us know too, because this is kind of a work in progress. This is AM and PM for HATV, and we'll see you next time.